grind with Overyt,
the man who controls the hype.
What I could actually ask is, during the scratch still on your back, man, how does your back feel like after all those scratches, man? That was DJ Kenotix, man, coming through with a young, I don't even know how, like, what do we call that actually nowadays?
Bro, there's just like
presentations,
intros, scratch patterns, which is very scarce nowadays.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so before we actually get into that, man, cool. He is in the building, man. Can everybody in studio please make some noise for DJ Kenotix? Word is born. Yeah, word is born, man. And like, I personally want to say, I'm humbled by having you into like our studio, man. And like, I'm excited for the jewels that you're about to drop. You know, just through your story, man. I feel like Rona, as a hip hop culture, bro, we got a lot to learn from OGs like you, my king. You know what I'm saying? So before we get into it, man, who is DJ Kenotix, and like, how did you fall in love with hip hop? Like, how did you get bitten by the bug, yo?
Yeah, I think it was back in 1988.
Yeah.
Where I listened to Run DMC, Tougher Than Leather.
Yeah.
And I heard Mr. J cut it up. Then came Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. And I'm like, what? Then I took my dad's Elvis and Jimmy Swaggart records and I started scratching it myself. So when the visitors used to come to our house, my dad's like, you can just play my Elvis record, it'll scratch by itself now.
Oh snap. Okay, and it's crazy because now, like, when you're saying you got introduced to hip hop in the year 88, sorry, like, how was like hip hop then? Because now, like, I can only imagine, okay, Sharp, we are in a time in South Africa where everything is like marginalized. We can't do or say certain things and all that stuff, nah? And then here comes this thing called hip hop. So were you in like Cape Town when this was happening?
I was born there.
Okay.
I was born in Cape Town. Back then it was more like the hip hop sound back then is more like disco. It had this disco funk. So where they took just the break part of that certain disco record, they would loop it and cut it up and juggle it. Then you get the b-boys doing the thing and MCs dropping the rhymes and graph all at the same time. So they would form as block parties. We actually used to do that in Cape Town.
Yeah.
In the streets.
Word. So okay, because now, like, what I understand is that, like, South African hip hop, now, it could be safe to say, it started in Cape Town because now that's where everything was shipped into.
That's correct.
Can you break it down, yo? Like, I always say it, but I never have proof.
I think back in '91, I heard POC.
Yeah.
And Reddy D, Shaheen, and what's his name, Shamil. They used to be with POC and Break It Down. When I heard those records, they use actually African traditional sounds with African drums, and they throw that Public Enemy flavor on there. They were so political at the time. I'm like, yo, can I play this in front of my parents? You know? But it was so dope. The energy was there. Even my uncles, I basically grew up with them.
Yeah.
They were popping and locking.
Yeah.
They used to wear that fishnet stockings up to the chest with feathers in there and stuff, and break it down in the streets. I think that era, it was so different to now. Way different. I mean, coming back to the 90s again, in the States, 94, 95, 96 was their golden era.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you got your Nas, your Jay-Z's, your Big L's, your Wu-Tang. Tupac blew up even at that time with Death Row, though he existed before that, but I think he blew up in 94, 95.
Like after that jail.
Yeah, that whole thing. And then, bro, like, then the DJ scene blew up even more because then Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith, I think they took it to another level.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people think Will is whack, but I think he's a great entertainer.
Yeah, and that's the thing about like the element of MCing. As long as you can move a crowd, then you're nice. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Will used to perform with KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, and those dudes. You know, I think he's a valid MC. You know, even though he used to say some wax, but he could hold the mic, he could rock a crowd, him and the DJ. Now you don't find that today. Today we guys just press play and you go in, bro. You're like you do what you do.
Yeah, because back in the day, it was the MC that used to hype the DJ up. You know, so now DJ Kenotix is out just scratching and all that stuff, and then I'd be like, yo, Kenotix on the air.
You know what I'm saying? Even the beatbox.
Yeah.
I came from a battling scene. I even took part in the DMCs at one stage. I battled beatboxers. I played with orchestras. I even played with the Sowetan choir at one stage. That was weird.
That's crazy, yeah.
But it was nice though.
Yeah.
It all collaborated very nicely.
Oh, okay. So let's break down the element of DJing, right? And I'm not talking DJing as in disc jockey, right? But DJing as in DEEJAY, and then copy NG and all that stuff, man.
Okay,
Can you break it down for us?
You see, people don't look at the turntable as an actual musical instrument where you can actually play notes through your octaves, through your 33 speeds and 45 speeds, and then you have your pitch. I can take a tone, just the bass line, and play with that, and I can make it sound like Dre's beat, just a tone, like a guitar tone, anything. Then I'll have another guy standing next to me doing the drums, like and another guy will come with the hi-hats, and eventually we form a scratch band. So we actually making music using one turntable each, or wherever's in, because I had a band like that myself with DJ Shush, DJ Sphere. We were called Bring the Noise back in 2004. Yeah, we did Africa, and we did this scratch band thing. I think DJ Spoo was around back then.
Yo, man,
where's that guy?
I feel like you need to give me all these contexts of the people that you're talking about, and then we need to just
talk about. I don't think we have enough time.
Exactly, bro. Okay, so as hip hop on the grind, we're also venturing out into podcasting and all that stuff now. We're gonna tell people soon, but then this is what's important, because now what we're trying to do is connect the dots, bro. Because now we told a story of hip hop, and it's not really quite the story. There's lots of elements and spaces missing and all that stuff, man. I have questions here, but you keep, every time I have a question, you take me further back. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like tell us your story, man.
When I was with Cashless back in 2002.
Okay, wait. First of all, who's Cashless Society?
Oh, snap.
We don't know these things. Well, I know, but we don't know these things. Yeah.
Okay, they consisted of Snaz the Dictator, Drastic, Black Intellect, X Amount, Tizai, Gemini, and there was when you talk about Cashless, right? They were like the Wu-Tang Clan back then, because the forefront guys, you will see them on the mic, but Cashless was actually huge. There were so much of us. Yeah. What you saw is just 8 guys on stage, and I'm the DJ. You know what I'm saying? Then from Cashless, the off-rooted was the NWO. My sister was part of them.
What's NWO?
New World Order.
Oh,
So we call ourselves Cashless Society because, look at the times we're living in now. We're so digital. Money's falling away. All right.
Yo, man.
So we used to rap about certain things, and we got banned from certain stations and magazines, stuff like Y Mag. I think I can say Y Mag.
Yeah, no, this is a safe space. Yeah,
cool. Okay, so they were talking shit about us and stuff like that. And then I think Miriam Makeba says, no, let these guys have a word. Yeah. Brenda Fassi stood up for us also.
Snap, rest in peace.
These guys can say the K word if they want to. You know what
because
I'm saying?
They are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So big up to Brenda Fassi for actually holding us down there. I mean, I think when I talk about Cashless, it's like another off-route to POC. Yeah. Because they were also kind of political in a way, and we actually got approached by certain groups of people to say we can't rap that no more. You know,
by whom? Like who are these people that hit you up? Bro, open up the CIA.
Some shit like that.
Word, the CIA.
some guys like that approached us. You know, even when I was with Obito. Yeah. Back in 2006, we did this Shaka Zulu remix, and in there he says, "What did he say? I don't battle your crew, because my enemies are greater than you." Because we were talking about the higher person. You know what I mean? We were talking about the higher person. Yeah. We don't battle you guys. We actually taking up the higher forces up here. We got banned for that and certain things, because Obito was also on that gospel tip rapper dude. You know? He always that guy spreading the word in his raps, bruh. Like, and we won so many battles with Overyt. We're supposed to go to London, but due to management purposes, the Parlotones took it.
Yeah. Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay, so like Cashless Society got formed in 2000 and
I think they originated in 2000. I came along 2002 to 2004.
And then how long did the group like last for, and like did the system eventually like shut the team down?
I think after 2004 everything just went crazy. I remember our last show was done in Pretoria and Gardessa came to see us.
Shout out to Gardessa. So Gardessa, guys, is the first female trio.
Yes, a
yeah,
trio.
Word is born. Yeah.
So they came to see us one night and everything was working perfectly that night, right? So we get on. I put on the decks, get my records ready, and my first scratch, there the whole system cuts out, bro. I mean, that was like so embarrassing. It's like that was our last show. Cashless never did another show after that. It's like people just didn't want us around back then. But now our music still lives on.
Exactly,
You know?
and it also just shows that like sometimes when we are futuristic, you know, there are forces that come and like stop you and all that. Like they try.
You don't even like Mr. C was around back then with his crew. I mean, they were also kind of oppressed back then for saying certain things. You know, I remember that.
Okay, so now in comparison to, because now I feel like the current state of the game right now, right? Okay, so back in the day, hip hop, right, was a revolutionary, stand for something kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And today, hip hop, the hip hop that's presented to us by the media is so washed down
So different.
that like when you come through with something that's original or which shows who you truly be and what you really stand for, it gets shunned down upon and all that stuff. So like, what can you say about the current state of the game right now, and like how do we, like people like us, you know, because now like as much as we're doing our thing over here, this is underground, bro. This is so underground. Like yo, you know what I'm saying? Like how can we actually like take this thing forward based on like what you guys done did?
So, bro, you're gonna get attacked. That's what I'm gonna say.
We're already getting attacked, bro, by like OGs. But then, yeah.
Okay, when I was with Cashless, I used to stay a little while in Hillbrow and Yeovil with Snares because we used to like practice a lot, freestyle a lot, just, you know, get routines together. So when I used to walk around with Snares in Yeovil, he used to look around and you know, just what he saw.
Yeah.
The guy used to put on paper. He used to freestyle it in his head while we're walking down the street.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you just did a hit. If you bring that, I don't know if people want to hear that no more about like the streets no more. What's really happening in the streets? People want big screen TVs now. They want booty shaking and the club scene. No, but hip hop doesn't come from that though.
Exactly.
It doesn't come from that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can have a good time from hip hop, but still, there's a message in it. What message are you portraying to the little ones? You know what I'm saying? There's a big gap there.
And like, what needs to be done? Because now, like, okay, Sharp. Hip Hop on the Grind is a show going on over here. We know we're doing World War hip hop and all that stuff, right? For me, like the way I see it right now is that like we need to find a way to make our thing corporate. So that like well, okay, it's your perspective, you know what I'm saying, but like I want to know like what needs to be done for like us to actually like propel.
You see, with if you want to go corporate, I don't know if you can stay attached to the underground game, because I don't think it's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so like my thing is this, man. I feel like we can all exist, right?
Yeah.
And we can, because now, like, as we've been doing these sessions, we started World War Hip Hop in 2017, right? And it was initially an underground thing, right? Like the World War Hip Hop, right? and then it got to a point where these young guys would come through, right? But now with the hardcore guys, the hardcore gents that are lyricists and all that, homies don't have work ethic, you know, so they're never in studio. They just
But that's always the case. I always had a problem with the MCs or rappers puppet, so to say, or any artist. If we're gonna do a show or we're gonna do like live TV or something, these guys are late.
Exactly.
Always late. If you're gonna have a big performance at a stadium or something, these guys are late.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
the first one, like 2 hours there before the time
you
to
the
set up. I have to set up my stuff, you
Yeah.
know, wires and speakers and all that. These guys are late. But hey, I don't know, man.
You check, so
like if you want to get serious in the game, and I don't know if you can remain underground, but you got to do your paperwork. I tell you the honest truth, hip hop never paid me. I've traveled a lot through hip hop. Yes, I've seen many places. I traveled Africa and what. But hip hop never paid me. Since I do commercial pays me. That ain't hip hop. I mean, if you look at my homeboy Snaz, that guy he gets no royalties and stuff, man. Like, you know, you got to do something else, but you can still have the love for the culture. In other words, you got to be business minded.
Exactly. So like, it's what I was saying. It's what I'm saying to you. Like, yo, okay. So now we need to create a world where everybody can exist, because now at the same time we all need each other at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So now, okay, homies ain't in studio and all that stuff, man. And then they get mad at these young dudes coming through. But now the MC can learn from these dudes in terms of work ethic, right?
There we go.
And then these young dudes over here can learn how to rap.
Bro,
through
I
these
will
guys
call you
here.
guys the United Nations if that works.
Bro, like no, but like, yo, come to World War next month, and we like that's what we're trying to do and all that
Okay.
stuff. Okay, cool. So like, can you just talk to us about like, because I told the people before you came on that you opened up for DMX, man. Like, how was that, yo?
I opened up for DMX, Missy, and Snoop.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
That was an underground party, basically. You know, like now we have those Castle Light gigs.
Yeah.
Back then it was something like that. So yeah, I met Snoop. I opened up a Snoop. Actually, if you let me do a scratches now, I'm actually using one of his samples and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was fun though. DMX was the chillest dude, man. He was so friendly. I think he was the only one that wasn't surrounded by bodyguards. Everyone had their bodyguards, man. Like, you know, even Missy, she had her bodyguards around. But it was dope, man. You see, my sister was involved with this one guy. He was like an agent that brought all this international artists from America or Europe. And I actually opened up for him because I had the connections to do that at that time. I think that was way back in 2006.
Damn. So as someone who's like so seasoned in the game, man, we haven't even spoken about you scratching up and all that, like the difference between, but okay, so like, so as someone who's seasoned in the game, is there someone else that you're grooming in the culture for, like, you know, stuff that you do, man, like in terms of the turntables and all, because now we do need that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there is some club DJs that's actually coming to me. You know, those guys like house guys or disco guys, like they still play the Robin S's and stuff. I'm actually classing them to actually scratch on their music. I spice it up a little. I mean, we've been hearing this for years. Just plain mixing. I mean, you do some juggles, do some cuts, beat cuts, whatever you want to do, bro. Like, but I'll teach you. I am teaching this one guy though, DJ Blade.
Yeah.
And he's learning quite good. I'm teaching him how to edit, how to even master his own things, instead to make it sound professional in the club. Because now we're in the digital age, bro. I'm taking advantage of that. I mean, back then, on the record, on the turntable, the actual LP, we used to place stickers on there, so and place the needle on there as a cue point. Now we just have buttons, bruh. So make use of it while it's here. I mean, I wonder what the future's gonna look like. We'll probably do some air cuts or whatever.
Yeah. Snap, man. Like thing is, like, yo, like time is slowly, like, you know, running out and all that stuff. Okay, so can we just talk about like what you're currently working on as a producer / DJ?
Yeah, I've produced a couple of beats. I think this is gonna be my last production. It's gonna feature my homeboy Snares. I'm gonna call it the final cut. Yeah, the final cut. So he actually got hold of me just now. He's got some producers there also, and we're gonna work some on material. I think this is gonna be my last project for myself.
Yeah.
But other guys, whoever wants cuts done, hey, they just email me the stuff and voila, I'll do
word?
it for them. Yeah.
Oh, man, like okay, like with my project, man, can I? Yeah, I need to hit you
sure.
up, man, King, and like yeah, man. So like as we wrap up. Yo, man, I just feel like we didn't even talk about anything, man. Like, yo, like, because now if you're talking about, like, if you started hip hop in 1988 and it's 2021 right now, man, there's a whole.
I was even a MC. I used to freestyle. I used to b-boy. Yeah, but I found myself in DJ.
Yeah.
I love the art form.
So you basically circled around the elements.
Yeah, I was surrounded by it, so I tried everything out. I even tried graph.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've done. Like I've MC'd obviously, and I've tried like it was Osmic actually. Shout out to
Osmic.
big homie Osmic. In the year 2015, like Rashid, shout out to Rashid too. Rashid, like I just met Rashid. I was doing like radio for like RCFM at the time, and then he was like, "Nah, you're a young guy. Let me put you onto this program." It was like some arts thing funded by the Lotto, and then like Oz like was just breaking down like how to like monetize your hip hop thing. You know, like you have an idea, but like yeah, this is how you go about in it and all that stuff, man. Okay, my king. Big shout out to you. I feel like we gotta do something. Like I need to call. It's either I call you again, and we have like part 1. Part 2,
I mean, there's those days of Lee Club and all those days, you know. Amu.
You know what I'm saying? So like man, who do you want to send a shout out? I'm actually it's half past now, 27 minutes to the hour, past the hour, and like who do you want to send a shout out to? And like I'm just sad, man. Like.
I told you don't have enough time.
Yeah, man. No, but at least you're gonna be scratching through the whole Kafula situation. I just need to find out where these rappers are. And
you see, that's the case. Actually, we were just talking about it. I'm gonna give them a hard time on the decks, though.
Yeah. Please do, because now that's what it's about. You know what I mean? So this whole Kafula One Must Die thing, right? The reason why we have MCs actually rap on. Initially, it was a thing of these dudes come on, they rap and earn their position onto their playlist. But then what happens if you both dope? You know what I mean? So now, because of that whole thing, you know, homies have been relaxing, and I'm also seeing Hore, we've lost that whole sci-fi element as well. I remember having an interview with Inferno Williams, and and he was like, "Yo, kids of today will never have an opportunity to spit in a cipher and know what a cipher actually feels like."
He's actually correct.
You know what I'm saying? And like when you look, okay, I got a young setup at my house, right? And these little kids come through sometimes and all that stuff. And I explained to him like, "Yo, dude, you know what a cipher is? What do you guys do at school when you guys rap?" He's like, "No, like we just rap at home and we record." I'm like, "Yo, okay, in
bedroom rappers."
Yeah, like at break, what do you guys do? Like, yo, that's how I earned my straps, bro. I remember getting killed every day in high school. You know,
here, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So like, so that's basically like my 2 cents, man. And like, like any last words, my king?
Nah, man, like if you're DJing and stuff like that, spice it up. And we need more female DJs cutting it up. I feel there's not enough female turntablists. Sure. Oh, you can use your CDJs. I mean, like I said, technology is so vast right now, but spice it up.
Yes, sir.
Spice it up.
Okay, now no diggity dub, man. That is DJ Kenotix, man. Like he only gave us a sprinkle when it comes to the mountain of knowledge that he has about like the culture, so to speak, man. But he is still in studio right now, but he's gonna be scratching it up for the gents, man, for Kafula One Must Die. But for now, let me play a young track by Nappy Cat, man. He's complaining, man. He's mad at these rappers too. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Hip hop on the grind with Overyt. The man who controls the hype.